on University of Bucks 2 looking at a comparison, and as you can see on the bar of information on the whatever side it is, there's information, and that tells the name of the first object, okay? And just ignore the part about like the moon orbiting, like aerial orbiting something. It's supposed to be a comparison and not an orbit system, okay? So do not take a point from that top thing that says moon orbiting aerial, or on any of those that says those things, okay? Do not take notes on that. Take notes on the information, because that is what we are looking at, okay? Now let's start. 2014 RC. 2016 HO3. Apophis. 2015 BZ509. C-2020 F3 Neowise. 33,434 Scottmanley. Deimos. Phobos. Chariklo. Mimas. Enceladus. Vesta. Pallas. Ceres. Orcus. Sedna. Tethys. Quaoar. Dione. Charon. Haumea. 2007 OR10. Makemake. Iapetus. Rhea. Ceres. Pluto. Europa. Moon or Luna. Both of those are names of moon. Luna is in Russia, but you can also say Luna because it's possible to say in English. Io or Io, both of those work. Callisto. Mercury. Titan. Ganymede. Kepler 102b. Mars. Kepler 42c. Kepler 1395b. Kepler 161b. Kepler 1031b. Kepler 342e. Kepler 1169b. Kepler 1425b. EPIC 201,637,175b. This is just a copy of the planet. For some reason, do not worry about this one. It's the same planet, okay? So it's the same thing. Sirius B. Venus. Kepler 1081b. Earth. Kepler 19c. This is just a copy. Kepler 1163b. Kepler 374b. Kepler 387b. Kepler 165b. Kepler 316b. This is a copy of Kepler 316b. Kepler 407b. Copy of Kepler 407b. WD 1142-645. GJ 1221. Proxima b, or Proxima Centauri b. Kepler 310b. Kepler 1481b, Kepler 1311b, Kepler 1124b, Van's main star, EPIC 201713348b, Kepler 1193b, Kepler 1253b, Kepler 1602b, Kepler 333b, Kepler 251b, Kepler 348c, Kepler 606, Kepler 62f, KOI 5800.01, Kepler 932b, Kepler 1383b, Procyon b, Kepler 403d, Kepler 10b, Kepler 773b, Kepler 36b, Kepler 157d, Kepler 334c, Quaoar 7b, GJ 166b, Phobos orbit. As I did mention, we got orbits in this comparison, so we can experience even more size between objects and orbits, okay? So there's going to be moon orbits and planet orbits and dwarf planets and minor planet orbit, if you guys were wondering. This is not the only orbit, there's more ahead. Kepler 190c, Kepler 69c, Kepler 828b, Kepler 1220b, Kepler 62e, Kepler 1064b, Kepler 1072b, K291b, Kepler 1448b, Kepler 89b, EPIC 201505350c, Kepler 23b, Kepler 1189b, Kepler 347c, Kepler 286e, K2166b, Kepler 110b, Kepler 1032b, Kepler 274c, Kepler 202b, Kepler 1556b, Kepler 996b, Kepler 224e, Kepler 50c, Kepler 134c, Kepler 270b, Kepler 57b, Kepler 832b, Kepler 365b, Kepler 705b, Kepler 1487b, Kepler 252c, Kepler 261b, Kepler 439b, Kepler 131b, Kepler 1261b, Kepler 165c, Kepler 290b, Kepler 624b, Kepler 1249b, Kepler 864b, Kepler 22b, HD 40307F, Ogle 2017 BLG 143 1434 LB. In the description that I have with the size, I thought it was only L. Okay. So guys, pretend the description of them that don't have L, the B's, and the planets, as you see in the comparison. Just pretend there's a B in there or another letter in there. that I say because that's better because I only saw it in one digit, okay? But maybe the next one I put it full if it's together, okay? So that would be something good. I wasn't actually saving it, okay? Kepler 298d, Kepler 837b, Kepler 843b, HD 215152c, Kepler 450c, Kepler 282e, HATS 5b, Kepler 525b, KIC 109057446b, Kepler 242b, 61 Ver B, Kepler 1230b, Kepler 168c, Kepler 449c, Kepler 1077b, Kepler 480b, copy of Charon orbit, Kepler 612b, Kepler 48c, Kepler 1011b, Kepler 781b, Kepler 304b, K2 195b, Kepler 123b, Kepler 1267b, Kepler 644b, Kepler 1294b, Kepler 351c, HD 10180c, HD 164922c, Neptune, Kepler 657b, HD 96700c, Kepler 107e, Uranus, HD 51608c, Deimos orbit, Kepler 967c, Kepler 1016c, Kepler 258c, Quaoar 24b, M08 2011 BLG 262 LB. Got it? It's a long name, but the name is in the description. The full name is in the description, so you guys can see the full name together, okay? And we have to even do some adjustments of the ogles just for it to not be that one of the missing B's, only if it's a star for some reason, because stars do have that kind of power, so you have to keep that. Kepler 266c, K2 193b, 83 Leonis BB, HIP 68468c, Namaka orbit, Dysnomia orbit, Nix orbit, Styx orbit, MOA 2009 BLG 319 LB, Hayaka orbit, HD. Wait a second. Let me just go back here to Hayaka orbit. I forgot to show the information. What am I thinking? Hayaka orbit. HD 88133b. Ogle 2014 BLG 11722 LC. Okay. Saturn. Kepler 82c. Kepler 695c. Kepler 1527b. K2 109c, Kepler 229c, KOI 201b, Kepler 553b, K230b, Hydra orbit, HD 164922b, Kepler 8b, HATS 11b, HAT P9b, okay, that's a copy. HATS 54b, WASP 58b, HATS 9b, Quaoar 27b, Kepler 75b, KOI 830b, Jupiter, Kepler 5b, HAT P22b, WASP 61b, WTS 1b, NGTS 3ab, 140b, Guitar 3b, NGTS 10b, WASP 8b, Wolf 359, Puck orbit, Proxima Centauri, Kepler 469b, HD 219415b. Okay. Gold 2014 BLG 0124LB. HD 96063b, HD 134987c, Barnard star, Kepler 68d, HD 204313d, Kepler 48e, HD 44219b, Proteus orbit, HD 73526b, 47 UMAB, HD 18742b, HD 173 416b, Gold 2012 BLG 0406LB. That's a copy. HD 110014c, Kepler 56d, Miranda orbit, V391 Peg B, RRKABB, HD 240210b, Kepler 102 272b, EPS Coronae Borealis, HD 106252b, Kepler, HD 5891b, Wolf 1061, Mimas orbit, HD 24064b, Gamma Cephei b, Rox S42BB, Aerial orbit, Fomalhaut C, SR12C, EV Lacertae, US CTO 108B, WASP 34C, Enceladus orbit, NGC 4349 NO 127B. Let me just make sure that's the full name. Yes, it is the full name. Umbriel orbit, Tethys orbit, Castor Gem BB, Castor Gem AB, Triton orbit, Dione orbit, Moon Luna orbit, Io orbit, Titania orbit, Fomalhaut B, Castor Gem CB. And here comes the record for all the planets. Being the biggest one is the record, and the record is HD 100,546 feet. Did I skip Fomalhaut? See, I'm sure I could not. Okay, guys. I'm just gonna do Fomalhaut C quickly if I skipped it, okay, quickly, and then gonna keep going up the list. If I missed Fomalhaut C, if I did Fomalhaut C, I do not know if I did. If I did not, here I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna do Fomalhaut C, and then we're gonna get back to the list up, okay? Fomalhaut C. That's it. I don't think I presented that after I thought, but when I did the Fomalhaut, what was it? After I did the Fomalhaut B, I thought about Fomalhaut C. Rhea orbit, Castor Gem CA, Oberon orbit, Alpha Centauri B, Europa orbit, and here is the Sun. Polaris AB, Alpha Centauri A, Polaris B, Ganymede orbit, Castor Gem BA, Sirius A, the Nebula, Titan orbit, Alpha, Altair, Fomalhaut A, Procyon A. I know I added that A. Let me add it right now, for example. For example, it's an A. A reason why to not put A. Mirage, Hyperion orbit, Castor Gem AA, Vega, Callisto orbit, Regulus, Alhena, Algol, Iapetus orbit, Achener, Spica, Pollux, Pihurcard Minor, Capella, Nereid orbit, ETA Carinae B, Arcturus, R136A1, Aldebaran, Alpharan, Rigel, and here comes Mercury's orbit, the first planet orbit being almost a bit bigger than the star Rigel, guys. Oh, yeah, and I think the updates are putting new textures in, because I remember last time I saw this, it was not like this. And that must be the old texture of it. And here it is, the new one, guys. That's so strange. Venus orbit. Okay, that looks good. I don't mind. It is orange, guys. Just like the color of the fruit oranges, okay? Do not think about red, orange, or red, okay? It's the color of the fruit oranges, okay? Just think about that. Neb. Earth orbits. Mars orbit. ETA Carinae A, Ceres orbit, Antares, Betelgeuse, Jupiter orbit, VY Canis Majoris. And here comes the largest star of the past, UI Scuti, and now going bigger to Saturn's orbits. And now this is the record-breaking star size of any star in the universe. Stevenson 20. I know I keep using stars, but those are just for orbits and or cloud stuff, okay? Uranus orbit. Neptune orbit. Okay, there's some new textures in the game that are just chef's kiss because some new textures are like look so beautiful, guys. I'm not kidding. Orcus orbit. Pluto orbit. Haumea orbit. Oh yeah, and that new texture of the Pluto orbit, however, that is such a good texture. I am saying them keep doing more updates because the more textures they do, better textures they see. The Haumea orbit up there is the old texture. This is the new one that you're seeing right now on the big screen part. Quaoar orbit. Makemake orbit. Ceres orbit. Sedna orbit. Planet 9 orbit. This is the start of the Oort cloud, guys, okay? I'm just going to say it's at 2000 AU from the sun. And guys, here comes the last final object, guys. And is the last final one, guys, as I said. Let me just check the time. Ooh, it's 10:53. That's bad. And here, Oort cloud end. We reach at the end of the comparison. There are no other black holes. But did I add black holes in the past? I did not remember. Things did not get restored, guys. Because I saved everything, but nothing's here, guys, okay? And I think I'll save a lot of workshop stuff that I love. Keep panel open. And close it. Keep panel open forever. Okay. Okay, now I have to save this. I'm just open. Yes. Keep panel open. So guys, in the description down below, guys, there's going to be size information, okay? So you guys can check. There's going to be meters, kilometers, megameters, gigameters, terameters. There's going to be astronomical units, as I'm going to say as AU, for only the orbits and stuff, like Oort cloud and Oort cloud star. And there are going to be light years for only one, and at the end. And there's going to be petameters, guys, okay? You got so much stuff to learn about of this comparison, guys, okay? And I even tell the 0.2 digits. Then when it becomes a 2-digit number, just keep 0.1 digit at the end. And then I just keep the decimal digit there, guys. So then, guys, have good luck. So, guys, go in the description below and look at those the description. And if I don't fit all of them, guys, I'll sure have a link to my docs that I keep it in to save saved it in, okay, on the drive. But do not edit. Stay in the viewing mode, okay? That's the safest area for you guys. If it already doesn't put you in view mode and you cannot go in editing mode, unless you're my dad or mom, then you can enter. Just do not write anything. Then you guys can ask me, but I think it won't work. Well, guys, that's the end of the video. I'm about to say bye to you, and guys, the reason why I put orbits, because I thought, what a good idea to put orbits, because I never put scales, object scales of orbits, so why not put it in this video? Never did it, and first video ever doing it, guys, so I did it. Now let me close up the show before it is 11 o'clock, and bye.